before we get any further into our final thoughts, I want to thank Ian over there doing a great job day one.
Thank you.
And definitely taking the pressure off of me. Hopefully you can stick around for that 6-pack of beer every week.
Oh yeah.
I don't even pay Preston to be here.
Yeah, well he doesn't need any enticing.
He doesn't. He knows exactly what I want to thank you again. I know it's a long way from James Island.
I know what's at stake here, so
yeah.
Just trying to help.
Yeah, well, I put a lot of money into this, so you don't know how much this helps out a lot. This is just very nice. I want to thank you again.
Well, yeah, man, it's a nice setup, and I really appreciate just being able to hang out and.
I think the sunglasses should be like a staple now.
Yeah, that's his thing now. Yeah. He's got to wear them every episode now. If he doesn't, it's like that's gonna be the talk of Twitter. Where did his sunglasses go?
Yeah. Ian's sunglasses. I'll wear a different pair like every week.
Yeah,
like it'll just get more and more bizarre.
Yeah,
I don't know how I can.
He'll end up being like who's that guy from Twitch who just got banned?
Oh, Dr. Disrespect?
Yeah, it would end up looking like that guy.
I think he did that on purpose, though. So.
I don't care. It's that guy made a mad amount of money just playing video games
and getting angry.
Yeah, I mean, okay, that's what Heyman's about, though. Anyway, we're gonna get into our In the Marbles 2.0 Fantasy League. They are on NASCAR Fantasy. A few changes in the lineup here in the standings here. SMR R&D still in the lead with 3,864 points. Definitely doing well. Beamer on the Beamer jumped me, and he's now in second with 3,761. I'm in third with 3,743 points. S Blades, 3,525 points. She's coming up. Meep, my favorite entry into the list, 3,428 points. SMR Operations, that'd be Preston, 3,414. Still in it.
Yeah.
Slowly going down the chain, but I think give it a few more weeks, and I think you might have a shot. Everything resets, I believe, at the start of the chase. So
Maples likes to text me every week and throw it in my face.
I don't blame him.
He's in the lead.
I don't blame him. He wants that $100 gift card, man.
Yeah.
Crunchy Enterprises, 3,119. 43 and Me, 2,927. I think him. Jay Waka Flocka, Wiregrass Racing, BK Racing, 57 are all out of it now. So now, and hopefully Crunchy Enterprises doesn't lose it here in the next couple of weeks there at Dover and Talladega. Heck of a place to climb your hole out of the hole there. But that's our standings for the $100 Amazon gift card coming up here at the end of the 2020 season.
And didn't we say that if either one of us when it rolls over to 200 next year?
Right.
Okay.
Because I don't want to. I mean, that'd be uncouth. I feel.
Yeah. Exactly.
So I got something to say. So last week, our driver of the week here at In the Marbles was Benny Parsons.
Okay.
But then I realized something.
Uh-oh.
And because something nagged at the back of my head, and I thought that maybe we did him before.
Yeah, I've been doing really bad of like writing them down so we make sure we don't do the same one over again.
And I got it written down somewhere because I went through every episode we did from episode 1 all the way to episode 47. This is our 48th episode.
Yes.
We did 30 driver of the weeks. And so we've missed a few. We've missed 18.
Yeah, we did miss a few.
We've done repeat drivers 2 times. Bill Elliott we've done twice, and Benny Parsons we did twice.
Okay, I don't know if I should be shocked or not, though, that we have done that.
I don't know why at the start we didn't start writing these down.
I did at the start for the first couple times.
We did, Tim Richmond's, Jeff Gordon, Smokey Unix. You did Derek Cope one time.
Mm-hmm.
And then you did Bill Elliott, and then we did Benny Parsons. It was going well. And I think we did Bill Elliott a second time. And then I did Benny Parsons last week when I was flying solo.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Was it such a faux pas to name a guy twice?
To me it is, because there were so many drivers out there. So if you name a guy twice, it's like, well, you're just taking away another driver.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that could be named. I'm surprised that when we were doing it, we never thought about that.
Now I got a list.
Okay.
So it won't happen again. But this week's driver of the week here at In the Marbles Racing Radio is probably by far one of my favorite drivers growing up to watch in the Formula One series, David Coulthard. Born in Scotland on March 27th, 1971, he has 246 starts in the 14 years he raced in Formula One with teams such as McLaren, Red Bull, and Williams. 13 wins, 62 podiums, career points of 535 and 12 poles. His first race came at the 1994 Spanish Grand Prix. His last race came at the 2008 Brazilian Grand Prix. First win, 1995 Portuguese Grand Prix, and last win in the 2003 Australian Grand Prix. David Coulthard, by far right up there with Mika Hakkinen. Memorable. Once I started getting the Formula One, your driver of the week this week here at In the Marbles. For this week in NASCAR, we go all the way back to August 18th, 1991. Dale Jarrett edges Davey Allison by 8 inches in the Champion Spark Plug 400 at Michigan Speedway. It's Dale Jarrett's first win in the Premier Series and the 94th win for the Wood Brothers Racing Organization. The race paid out $74,150 for both team and driver during that event. And I found that pretty interesting, man.
What year was that?
1991, August 18th, 1991.
Well, I mean, I guess I should have guessed it was before 92 since you said Davey Allison, so I should have known.
Well, before 93.
Well, 93.
Unfortunately.
Unfortunately, but
man,
interesting. 74,000.
That was our 48th episode, and I tell you what, I'm talking to give you guys a heads up out there. I'm talking to drivers, trying to have them on the show here in the next few weeks, maybe on Zoom or however we decide to do it, from the Assumption Motor Speedway and a few other places, and maybe have them on. But that's all I got, Preston. You have anything before we start wrapping it up here?
I have a rumor.
Uh-oh. Let's hear it.
Have you heard the rumor of Nico Hulkenberg coming back? Hulkenberg.
I have not heard of Nico coming back. Where would he go?
Alfa Romeo.
Why?
I don't know.
And that's why it's a rumor, man. That's why it's a rumor. Don't fish in that pond, man, until it's breaking news on Twitter or Instagram or something. I stay out of there.
I mean, it'd be nice to see him come back, but he would need to come back with a team that's more relevant. I'm not saying that Alfa Romeo is not relevant, but I think
they're better than Williams.
Yeah. Anybody's better than Williams at this point right now.
Ouch.
I feel sorry for them.
Ian, man, you have anything? Your first episode here, man?
Listen, man, just learning a lot.
I appreciate it again.
Having a great time, though.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it again. This is, about the flow of the show, man. It's a lot of fun, though.
It's good to have you here.
Yeah, it's really nice, man.
I'm glad to be here. I'm glad to be a part of it,
At least you don't have to edit.
Yeah.
Because once you're gone, I shut everything down and I stay up here for about 2 hours and edit.
Yeah, I'm sure that's a process.
It's getting better, though. We're getting better.
Yeah. I did a little bit of editing in high school.
We're not there yet. That's like two 6-packs of beer.
2 6-packs. I know how much work it goes into.
Oh yeah,
goes into editing stuff.
Yeah, man. But I appreciate you being here. Hopefully you'll be back here next week.
Yeah, man.
But awesome, sweet, and don't be afraid to ask questions, man. Be a part of the show.
Well, I think you guys got a real dynamic going. I have a hard time stepping on that.
Well, don't be afraid to. That question about rating the races was perfect, man. I thought that was perfect.
I think the ice will be broken and he'll start.
Yeah,
getting there.
It took a while for your ice to break, but once it did, you can't shut this guy up now.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll have to start watching some races. That's for sure.
Yeah, I would say let's go to a race, and then you can maybe pick a driver and start following that driver, and then because the first season's always difficult to get into, but once you start knowing the players and everything, the second season's a lot more fun. And plus, with COVID, the opportunities aren't there.
Yeah,
a lot.
Very limited.
Because I was listening to going through the drivers of the week, and I was listening to one episode, and I said I wanted to make it 8 races this year.
Has not happened now.
No, it will not happen. And we were so optimistic about 2020. 2020 is going to be so great. Go back and find those episodes if you're new here to In the Marbles.
It sounds like
Racing
we're the
Radio.
one that jinxed it.
I think In the Marbles. It's In the Marbles' fault. It's got to be.
It's all our fault.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That makes perfect sense. But nothing else. Nothing else.
Well, let me if you don't mind me.
No, go ahead.
Just humor me real quick. What you talked about that first season being hard to get into.
Yeah.
What was you guys' first season?
Oh.
And what was that like?
Okay, so my first season I watched was 2001.
Okay.
And Dale Earnhardt died, and I started getting into it more and more, and picked a driver. It was Michael Waltrip. Started getting into it more and more, and following it. I missed a lot of races because I didn't know Saturday Night Short Track was a thing. Mm-hmm. But then we get into just learning the drivers, learning the terminology, learning what pit crews do and what the crew chief does and all that stuff. And then you start getting into the drama of silly season and racing hard. And the commentators really made it for me, like Alan Bestwick.
Okay.
Yeah. Alan was a good one.
Yeah, very good. So it was one of those things where it's not for everyone. The sport isn't for everyone, right. Auto racing. But if you pick a driver, like say you pick, I don't know, you look like maybe a Newman guy.
A Newman guy.
A Ryan Newman guy.
Yeah, I could see that.
And you say, I'm going to watch Ryan Newman and pull for him. But it's tough to pick one driver because if your driver wrecks or something happens, it's like, who am I going to watch? Yeah. So I try to be an all-around fan of the sport. It's like, I just want to watch a good event.
Yeah.
But that was my first experience with it. But once I got to 2002, I finally got to know the names and the storylines. It's like, I'm looking forward to Daytona at that point.
So, over to me now.
Yeah, what are you, buddy?
All right, so I'll tell Ian. I've been watching almost my entire life. I grew up watching it. I never was really good. I never got into it until probably in the 2000s is when I kind of started paying attention more. When you grow up and you start kind of learning more and more. I can't really pick out one season where I've really just been in. That was the first season where I was just invested in it. I've seen it. I've been around it my entire life. Grew up watching it. I mean, I remember like races from 2001 when Dale Earnhardt died.
Yeah,
still in the back of my mind. Just still seeing that. It's crazy, but I still kind of feel like I learn as I go. And when I became a Paul Menard guy back in 2010. It was.
And that's how I found out he was an actual fan of the sport. He said, I'm a Paul Menard fan. Yeah. It's like, okay, you're an actual fan of this sport. You're not like a Dale Jr. fan.
Yeah, so I was a Jeff Gordon fan growing up. And I was still kind of stuck with Hendrick Motorsports. I can't remember. Then I jumped to RCR for a couple of years. And then when I became that Paul Menard guy back in 2010, and then he came to RCR. And for until he retired with Wood Brothers, I was just a Paul Menard guy straight across the board. That was it. And I had dedication to the sport. I followed the sport so much. Formula One, technically, this is my first season really getting into it.
Yeah.
I used the Netflix series Drive to Survive as a segue into it. Drive to Survive really kind of helps you segue into Formula One if you've never watched it before.
It's
helps
on you understand.
It'll show you. So. It'll show you everything there is to know behind the scenes and everything. So this year I've really gotten into it, and I'm a Racing Point guy, which was formerly Sahara Force India, which that guy, the owner, I guess, went to jail or something like that.
Oh, who knows? But yeah, man, that's how you get into it. And it's not like baseball. Definitely not, but it's a lot of fun.
I can't stand baseball.
Okay, great. Yeah. So it's a lot of fun once you start learning the names and the organizations and the history behind them, and then finding, because I went to Michael Waltrip first, and he stopped qualifying for races. Well, who am I going to pick now? And then I went to Jimmy Johnson, and then now I'm just an all-around fan of the sport. So,
nice.
But yeah, man, that's how you kind of get into it.
You get into the drama side of it. That's what Drive to Survive will do for you for Formula One too. They really show some drama in there. So
yeah.
It's the good stuff. Good things.
Yeah, and a lot of people say the sport died when Earnhardt died. It's like, no, I mean, we got Ian here. He's not a fan of any type of racing, but maybe we can convert him.
Yeah,
I could see myself getting into Formula One because the race that we watched at the station was I thought that was pretty. I thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, yeah.
I think there's definitely a difference between NASCAR and Formula One, but what I find
obviously, the
more fascinating thing I find about Formula One is the fact that they get to race with different tire compounds, and you can choose from different tire compounds, and that's what makes it cool. And then, of course, when I talked about it earlier, which I know you asked a question in between breaks, DRS, which is the drag reduction system, which is a point on the track where you have to be within 1 second of the car in front of you, and then your rear wing opens up for less drag, so it gives you a little bit more speed down the straightaway, but you only have it for just that straight, and that's it.
Yeah.
And then it closes back. So you can, when you start looking into the sport, if you look into Formula One, eventually you'll get there, and you can see it.
Oh, yeah. All right. Well, the storm's coming in, and with our luck, the lightning will hit and knock out all the power. So we're going to go ahead and go through this. We got the Truck Series coming up here in Dover on August 21st at 5 o'clock. Xfinity trip doubleheader, August 22nd, 23rd. 22nd race starting at 12:30. August 23rd starting at 1:30. And the Cup doubleheader, 22nd and 23rd as well. August 22nd starting at 4 o'clock. And both races actually starting at 4 o'clock. And the 104th running in the Indianapolis 500 starting August 23rd at 2:15 p.m. Make sure to check out those races. Anything else, Preston?
Make sure to follow me, ITM Racing on Twitch.
ITM Racing on Twitch. It was a fun time. Ian, anything else, buddy?
I got nothing this week.
All right, man. Well, with that being said, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up here, our 48th episode of In the Marbles. Thank you so much for tuning in to us this week here. Make sure to join us on all social media platforms, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. Follow Preston on Twitch TV /ITM_racing. Special thanks to Ian being here for us. Make sure to stay safe out there and have a good rest of your week.